Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Blakert_CS channel, where today me and Zeph are having the privilege of taking a look at Club Triple Three versus Regain. Now, Zeph, this is a decider for Regain, essentially, as to whether or not they're still going to be in playoff contention. However, for Club Triple Three, they still have at least one more loss they can work with before they're completely separated from ESEA Season 58 playoffs. And of course, the playoffs is the end goal for any team competing in advance. But these two rosters, I'm expecting to go back and forth. We talked about how Honest and Regain have had a little bit of a fall off in recent memory, but Club Triple Three, on the other hand, I think has been on an uptrend.
Absolutely. Both these teams, mainly Club Triple Three, have made some roster moves to kind of bolster up their firepower. Calamity being one of those players kind of coming into this lineup. Secret Agent, side note, really fucking happy with his performance so far in this season ESEA. So big shout out to him. I think Club Triple Three are definitely looking on. Meanwhile, Regain, you are absolutely correct. They kind of have tapered off in terms of performance, and I think this matchup is really going to determine, like you said, how the rest of their season will turn out. So, I mean, Club Triple Three, they did win that knife round, so they will start on this CT side. But we've got the dualies on Calamity, looking to make a peek out towards middle. Put that pressure on towards Regain. He might have found the timing spot ahead of Dirk, able to take the first fire and retreat as well. Already putting them to a man disadvantage. Putting this line over towards apartments here as Calamity does a little bit more damage on towards Honest, but has to retreat.
Yeah, you can see Regain not too aggressive in terms of wanting to put the pedal to the metal. Calamity, I think, is one of the signature players with the dual Berettas and even that Mac 10 at times. But as a kill happens towards Banana, Calamity's going to strike from brackets and is not able to find a second. It's one and done. Sasha now facing pressure from bottom mid. Grape is trying to push his way back into brackets where he will be quickly shut down by Morrow. It's Sasha into the 1v4, but not much of a fight. And Club Triple Three walk away with a pistol round that feels bolstered down by the fact that Calamity was just able to maintain the presence back towards brackets.
Yeah, and plus as well, getting that early information out towards alt mid that really kind of put the pressure on towards Regain, forced them to try and take him down as soon as he can, but he was just able to stay alive and really didn't give Regain any sort of maneuvering position to really take control of apartments and that round. So we'll, of course, see the buy up here from a Club Triple Three. We do have a couple forced pistols on the side of Regain, but for the time being, I mean, this should be a very clean round here out of Club Triple Three. But if you are in this case, Blaker, I mean, you obviously don't want to lose any lives as possible. So I think playing back here, kind of taking these long-range fights will load out well for him. Because B1 will be able to find a nice double. Looks for the triple as well, cleaning things up very convincingly over towards his B bomb slate. And it was a flawless round out of the Triple Three.
Yeah, Secret Agent putting the cherry on top, the hat trick for B1. Now, Regain do finally get rifles in hand, but they're not going to be all that great. You can see that's 2 Galils in the hands of Zukar and Sasha. However, I think the more important matter is that Honest has the AK-47. And, you know, time and time again, we've talked about how Honest being added to this Regain roster has felt like Thanos collecting that final Infinity Stone for his gauntlet. But Honest in recent memory has had a little bit of a tapering off since his addition to Regain. Now, there are some rumors behind the scenes, which I won't go too deep into because I don't know if they're fully confirmed or not. But if the rumors are true, then that could definitely be playing a factor into his performance. But B1 not going to be dissuaded whatsoever. Early frag immediately traded by Dirk, but still Regain are looking to knock down this B-bomb site.
Oh, the aggression from Calamity will get punished. As Honest puts him to his knees. Man advantage once again on the side of Regain. And at this point, I mean, you've got some good news going your way. You've got Morrow all the way up in apartments. Very aggressive angle to find. And this information given that nobody will be home. If Cobra can take a peek down middle and fully clear this angle, that the map will narrow. It's certainly give away or Regain want to finish up. The site exec now underway. But it's just going to be Secret Agent here with the MP9. Not able to block that smoke convincingly as he would like. He's going to have to be forced to play for the long angle. A little bit of a burst fire through the smoke, able to take down Honest, but it should just be a retake here for Club Triple Three.
Yeah, and that's even if they want to put themselves in a position to try and retake what is arguably the most difficult bomb site to retake on Inferno, but With that being said, if Secret Agent's able to find at least one, then it feels like it would be relatively convincing to actually want to go for this. Cobra playing super far back with the AWP, understandably as well, but not going to spot much else. Regain just ducking tail, allowing the fights to come to them, but when they do not, how are they going to cross over the scope? It's a swift shot that actually misses its mark. And another gift at life, but Secret Agent trying to prevent the save. Close into Church, has a rough time wrangling the MP9 spray, but is now being surrounded. And as Cobra takes down Dirk, the explosion will not take Honest down, but actually does forfeit that op for Club 333. So an interesting end to round 3, if you will. However, Club 333 still have somewhat of a viable financial situation. Cobra gets dropped that AWP back. Calamity, I'm sure, is comfortable with, at minimum, the MP9, but whether or not that will be the weapon of choice, yes, it is, actually. Calamity picking up that signature weapon. Meanwhile, Regain fully bought across the board. Sasha, Galil, but more so prioritizing that utility, which feels very important on the T side of Inferno.
I'm glad you brought up the Calamity SMG. I feel like that's... I think you and I casted one of his games many months ago, and the one thing we noticed is he, weirdly enough, prefers to use the SMG over the rifle, it seems.
Yeah, and, you know, typically if it were anyone else, I feel like that'd be a bad statement, but I feel like Calamity kind of thrives using those SMGs, and so I, not necessarily uncomfortable with it, and, of course, as we're talking about it, he strikes.
I mean, he is playing in a, like, perfect position for the SMG in the close range angles of apartments, and he is able to get the free upgrade up to the AK as well, so Grape wants to take a bit of motion over towards brackets, but is denied by the Molotov.
And the other thing I'll kind of piggyback off of in terms of the Calamity SMG is it's not like he's terrible with the rifle either. He just, I feel like, prefers the SMG.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
There you go.
And well, the denied brackets control reroute Regain towards this B bomb site once again. This time it's Secret Agent, but he's got his good old site placement holder with B1. Smoke with an eye, less than 30 seconds remain on the clock. They gotta go through, and they gotta go right here and right now, but Secret Agent can't escape them. Double molly as Maro and B1 able to hold the lines for a little bit longer, but it's still a man advantage here for Club 333. They're on for this retake. Sasha and Dirk behind the lines. Sasha goes down to Cobra. It's going to be Dirk last alive, 1 versus 3. Able to find that first one, though. Calamity and Maro last alive. They've got to peek him. And there we go. A beautiful retake here out of Club 333. Looking a little bit scary for a moment, but they're able to come out on top. Get this 3-1 lead.
Yeah, Calamity with that MP9 will recover the AK. Maro up Secret Agent, or sorry, Cobra's AWP for that matter. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Calamity's going to drop this AK to one of his teammates and purchase up an MP9. Is it going to happen? There it is. Oh, no, it's going to be the M4 instead.
He could drop
timeout, though. Regain looking to talk things over. But in terms of Regain, they are in the backseat financially. Tech9 on Zukar. Block on Sasha, I'm assuming might purchase a P250, but still isn't looking too promising, at least for the time being. Honest has a Desert Eagle, Dirk with the AK-47. And the other thing I'll say is that Dirk, it feels like, has been, not necessarily has been, but had a spectacular Crossfire Season 5 with the op, but ever since then, it feels like Dirk has just kind of tapered off in the same way that I would argue that Honest has. And I'm not sure if there's been some team chemistry issues in the background, but regardless, I think Regain are just going through some growing pains at this certain point, because even when Dirk's not on the op, he's looking good with the rifle. Early shot from Cobra does sit down Grape, and an immediate retreat is in order. Dirk still alive, so the main firepower still kicking, but Regain kind of stumped in their tracks, at least at the 1 minute and 30-second mark.
Well, they want to still try and test this B site. They know the op's here. Maybe they've just got the illusion that he's rotated swiftly over towards that A bomb site, but here he peeks out. Cobra with another And the MP9 swings up, but it's a crucial kill for Zukar to find it. He's going to be Cobra, left alone for the time being. Smoke too deep for him to find. Almost lines 3 up, but the quick switch. The AK from Sasha forces themselves to get a bomb plant into a 3-on-3. A doable round here for Regain. And a recovered op on the side of Honest. No smoke towards CT. Should be a free kill to 5, but a missed op shot forces him into a retreat, and Secret Agent capitalizes. Zukar and Sasha both eat that nade damage. And that kill from Morrow won't secure it. Zukar, I don't think they're going to be aware that he's lurking behind here. He is not able to stop, well, he is actually able to find the kill, but not able to stop the inevitable bomb defuse. As once again, Club 333 looking strong as ever on the CT side.
And I talked about how it feels like the B bomb side is the more difficult of the two to actually retake, but I feel like in the grand scheme of things, Club 333 have this kind of game plan already established on how they want to approach these retakes. And it feels like whenever you pair up Calamity and Morrow, they've had a lot of success. So I don't see them really contesting the B site as much as they once were early on. I mean, Cobra going for the early peak with the op feels expected, but I feel like outside of that, Club 333 are going to feel relatively comfortable in playing the retake. Now, into round 6, Regain have plenty of rifles to work with, and they've flushed Cobra out of apartments, but it's going to be a lengthy rotate back to the arch side. And Regain, I feel like, are still a little bit stumped as to where they can actually find a hole in the game plan.
Oh, looking for it now. Calamity's back onto the MP9, but Grape and Honest want to trifle with the brackets control. Cobra and Morrow are here now, but they have to retreat. Morrow might swing into the crosshairs of Honest, but decides against it. Lots of good amount of utility damage being done onto Regain as well to kind of force him at bay. But eventually the dam will break, and they will take that brackets control. And little by little, they're slowly making their way towards this A bomb site. As time starts to dwindle, Cobra wants to go for this repeat here, and he will be able to find it. Sasha looking away at the wrong time. Another smoke pops towards the archway. Will fade. This should certainly be an A hit here, especially with the MP9 of Calamity going down. Onto the bomb site, Morrow finds one. Let's find a second. You better believe he can. Surely not another one. Dirk last alive, 1 versus 4. Able to find the one on Morrow to finally take him down, but the op from Cobra has been absolutely electric here on this CT side for Club 333 as he continues his reign of terror.
Yeah, and I think Reign of Terror is a really good way to phrase that, because whether it's been towards the B bomb site, peeking down Banana with the AWP, or even just playing that staggered defense that you see from a lot of high-level oppers, whether it's going for an aggressive peek out brackets, moving back towards arch side, and then eventually finding yourself deep into the arch, I think that Cobra is relatively sound as an opper. So if Regain don't find a way to really stuff him, then there's going to be a uphill battle for the rest of the CT side, because I don't foresee Cobra actually picking up the op on the T side, but still, Regain not looking to stop just yet, but Calamity takes 2, 1 with the HE, 1 with the signature weapon, and Morrow strikes from lane. It's Morrow to find a second, and Calamity to find the hat trick, and Club 333 making it look effortless at this point. I mean, only down 1 round in the grand scheme of things, and Regain on max loss bonus have all of the funds they could ask for and haven't really been able to come to a conclusion just yet.
Yeah, and you know, Blake, when I was up at Frag Windsor, right? I saw Calamity, and I meant to ask him. I wanted to ask him. I was like, "What is it with you in the SMG that you prefer so much?" And I didn't get to do that, and I'm hoping eventually I get to see him again and ask. Because, I mean, again, that man uses the SMG like a rifle. He is absolutely unstoppable with it, especially on the CT side. As he's now up to 7-3, just behind Cobra, who has gotten that peek down Banana and able to retreat as well back towards A.
Yeah, Regain, though, are looking to kind of bang their heads against the wall. Another execute back towards this A bomb site. Honest being the early spearhead of information back towards lane, but Cobra is separated out of the round. That's the one thing that I talked about they needed to try and find, and they have successfully done it. Calamity's position now revealed, but he's able to collect Dirk back towards lane, and with Secret Agent just running through, feels like it's thrown a wrench into the plans, but considering it's a 1v2, Honest has the bomb on the back. B1 now has to start creeping his way into this A bomb site and hopefully find a timing, because it feels like when you're just trying to take the raw aim duels against both Honest and Sasha, it's not going to pan out in your favor.
On through. Honest is going to be watching that, but the jump up's not good!
Oh, no!
B1 and B2. It's a clutch for B1 today. Oh my goodness. From bad to worse for Regain. 7-1 club triple three. Oh dear God. Oh my goodness. That was a beautiful 1v2 for B1. And I can only imagine what the comms are like right now for Regain.
That has to be like a top 10 caster curses of all time right there. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm talking about how the aim duel flat out is not going to go his way, but he's able, I don't even know. He's able to pick up both. So a successful round for Club Triple Three off the back of the B1 retake. And man, I mean,
That's brutal.
Regain, yeah, absolutely brutal. And I'll also mention that Regain haven't had the best of T sides when I've gotten to watch them on Inferno, so I'm hoping that the CT side will look a little bit different, but still, when you're down 6 rounds, how much breathing room can you actually buy yourself? Because if we go into the second half, right, and Club Triple Three finds themselves in a 9-3 half, Regain only have to lose essentially 3 rounds for the game to be over, but at minimum 1 for them to be stuffed financially. And Cobra making those odds look a little bit better. Really fragged towards alt mid.
You brought up that like T side. I mean, numbers wise, their T side on Inferno for this season has been their best out of the 2 sides on the map. 59% on the T side, and a measly 29. This is not the club or Regain that we're so used to seeing, but now there's some success going their way. They will get the bomb down here and plenty of time to reposition, as well as both Calamity and Morrow have been split up. Calamity towards CT, Morrow towards top banana. Both got kits. But the problem here is they both have a full belt of util and can flush both these players out. Molly towards new box, should force Dirk out into the open, but a nade he'll eat as soon as he peeks out into the open. Oh, but it is too short. Sasha's gonna eat it though. And I think Calamity's gonna be aware of this though, so he's gonna be swinging right into that angle, and it's, oh my goodness, a beautiful 2v2 retake for Club Triple Three, as they are absolutely running away with Inferno.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. Club Triple Three being sound in their B retakes. And so even if both of the B defenders go down, they're going to be relatively confident going into the later stages of the post plan. And I think that is a perfect example, because neither Calamity nor Morrow are expending their utility early on this A-bomb site, so it gives them the opportunity to dispense it out on the B retake. And whether that's with Molotovs towards new box, HE grenades towards dark, but I mean, what more could you ask for if you're Club Triple Three? An 8-1 lead. And Cobra shows no signs of slowing down. Calamity is the one who kind of spearheaded this lead, and Grape is team killing Sasha. So Regain giving every advantage they can over to Club Triple Three as they continue their charge into this B-bomb site.
Yeah, and there we go. B1, Cobra burning Brennan at the stake. And Dirk and Honest, I mean, this round is certainly going to be an uphill battle for him, if not for the rest of the map. As once again, Cobra picking them off. And everybody on the side of Club Triple Three wants to get in on the action. Cobra 11-5, Morrow 11-2, Calamity 9-4, B1 11-4, and Secret Agent 5-6. You might not have seen too much action, but I mean, when the rest of your teammates are firing on all cylinders, I mean, you kind of have to just sit back and enjoy it.
I mean, 100%. And then the question from Regain becomes, how can you actually find a key that fits into either one of these bomb sites? And I don't think it's going to be anything in relation to the chemistry or maybe even the coordination, because it feels like Regain, at least in terms of their site preparations, are very fluid, but it's more so their entrances onto these bomb sites that are going awry. But that right there is just, I don't even want to say luck, but a timing from Morrow. Calamity able to shut down Honest as well. Zukar and Dirk once again are left into this 2v5 and trying to walk down this B bomb site. And like I said, Club Triple Three comfortable and allowing Secret Agent to be the sole defender, especially when the retakes have gone effortlessly.
Oh yeah, and well, it's at this stage in the game now where Club Triple Three, if they can get this round, close out maybe 11-1 is the best case scenario for them. They win that pistol. I mean, all the pressure's off their shoulders. They just need one round of the next 12. And I mean, sure, we knew Regain coming into this, they weren't performing at their best. But I mean, right now, this is a little bit disheartening to see. You know, we kind of expect to see this roster make these huge plays, have this big confidence and swagger going into these games, and it feels a little bit lacking this evening.
Yeah, but also I'll say in this specific matchup, to how much do we attribute this to Regain not playing at their best, more so than Club Triple Three looking amazing? I mean, very obviously, Taylor has made the exit from the lineup with the addition of Calamity, and it feels like Calamity has been one to really round out this lineup. And we were saying the same things about Honest when he joined Regain, and it could be that little bit of a honeymoon phase, but I think this map specifically goes to Club Triple Three playing spectacular, not necessarily Regain even doing anything wrong. But I also want to say that there might be a combination of both. It could be Regain not feeling 100%, and it could be Club Triple Three playing at 110%. So in the last round of the first half, Regain have to try and prevent the 11-1 scoreline, as if they do not, then the pistol round of the next is going to be ever so important.
Yeah, and well, once again, committing 3 up towards this top banana, joining them the 4th in Dirk. I'm sure Coach Valens is going to be watching this game and being very pleased with how his team has been playing. Oh, that's a little bit of frustration there on Sasha. Can't really blame him for that. But he does get another go at it. Another smoke picked up. As everybody on the side of Regain are going to be grouping up towards this B-bomb site, but Cobra's rotating into the action as well. They have an inkling of a feeling that this will be this B site, but another smoke deployed to deny the time being. Utility is running dry on the side of Club Triple Three. So just momentarily, Zukar off that is going to be able to push on through. Cobra able to find one. Another op shot as he finds another, as B1 chimes in for 2 as well. It's the dynamic duo shutting things down before it can even begin as Regain go down. And it's an 11-1 scoreline.
Yeah, to give Club Triple Three some props as we went later into that first half, which I feel like we've been kind of glazing them at this point. Club Triple Three, like we talked about early on, very sound in their retake ability of the B-bomb site, so they started to feel comfortable in leaving Secret Agent alone. And with that being said, Regain might have had a read that the B-bomb site was initially going to be the weakened site, and with that, Club Triple Three are just able to stack the B-bomb site once every 4 to 5 rounds and have Regain walk into the crosshair, and it feels like Regain were essentially playing into their hand, but now they're on the CT side, have a little bit of breathing room to work with, but B1 is still being suffocating back towards Banana. The exchanges go in favor of Regain, and Club Triple Three, I don't want to count them out just yet, even though they don't have that numbers advantage.
Bit of psychological warfare at this point. I mean, if Regain can at least get this pistol, puts them into the right direction, keeps Club Triple Three off map point for just a little bit longer. But if you give this round up, I mean, it is certainly curtains, especially when you're at a man disadvantage. Right now, they will give themselves a finish over towards A, but it's going to be 3-man stack. Sasha's going to be the only one out of the action for the moment. Calamity in through apartments, his signature position. Well, meanwhile, Secret Agent and Morrow are going to take the fight to Honest as he finds a nice one-tap to find, but a dink over towards apartments forces him down as here they come. Calamity only able to get one and done. Secret Agent 1 versus 3.
Oh, this double back might be crucial. Regain for a moment, they're thinking about rotating back towards the B-bomb site. You can see that Sasha going to be the only one to still linger, but Secret Agent will not be much of a fight. Not on the pistol round. It's Regain to squeeze between the walls. A second round for them. But now this is where they have to take this round that they've won and absolutely sprint with it. Not just run, they have to sprint to the finish line, because if Club Triple Three find only one round, then they are going to be forced to take us into overtime. And then that looming threat of Club Triple Three finding 13 first becomes all that much more real. So, back timeout, maybe even a tech based on how the timer looks. I think this might be a tech pause. Okay,
Yeah, it
never
looks like
mind. Should
an
be a tack
attack.
pause.
There you go. Does seem like they're trying to debate whether or not they want to force up into this. I mean, you've got plenty of space between yourselves and Regain. So it definitely wouldn't be the end of the world for them. Oh, yeah, they're going for it. B1's forced up a Mac 10, so is Calamity. All across the board. It's just going to be Secret Agent and Morrow to have a just stay on the Glocks, really. It looks like they're going to have util as well. And kind of based off this, looking at the spawns, Calamity does have the B spawn. So does B1. They've actually opted in to go towards maybe a very heavy apartment setup here.
Yeah, I'm just not sure how it will actually work out in the end. I mean, Dirk has the rifle out of pretty much everyone on this A bomb site. I believe Honest is in pit with one as well, but Rape is going to have to go huge with this MP9 if he even wants a thought about making this come to fruition. Utility being prepped up from alt mid. I'm actually interested in what this
Interesting.
smoke is as well.
Is this going to be a smoke for
Moto,
Moto?
maybe?
I think that's a Moto smoke. I don't think I've ever seen this before.
Well, we're going to be committed to the camera angle until that nade
Yeah,
goes flying.
don't switch this. I want to see where this lands, actually. I'm very curious. Okay, smoke towards Arch. Okay, there we go. Interesting.
Hmm.
I
Doesn't
don't
get
think
the
it's that
sound
good, though. I
cue.
think there's a gap on the left side. Here they come,
Flash.
right into the crosshairs of Graves. He actually walked past like chips in the night, only able to find one, and he's instantly out of the round with the M4 from Honest. He's Club Triple Three Honest at the moment. He is low HP. Pistol kill from Cobra to find. But Mario and Co, they're making this costly. 20 seconds remaining. Onto the site. He has spotted the gun barrel of Dirk onto the site. Tries to push him down, but the swing out from Dirk and Sasha makes it very doable for the favor of Regain.
And I honestly think that that smoke is to negate any sort of audio cue that's given over to the CTs, whether that be through the arch player or even the lane player, because if you think about it, right, you throw the arch side smoke from top alt mid, so there's a possibility that if there's a player playing porch or towards lane that they hear that, and as soon as they hear the moto smoke deployed as well, then there's reason to believe that the site hit is going to end towards that A bomb site. So I think a little bit of a well thought out piece of utility. However, for Club Triple Three, they're really going to have to think about how they want to go into round 15. Upgraded pistols for them, a singular scout in the hands of what was Cobra, but now Secret Agent picks it up off of his corpse. The HE grenade going to be the undoing of Cobra. And they're still not getting too pushy. B1 now peeking out towards Banana, does get tagged down to 39. Smoke towards bottom Banana does allow Zukar to go creeping forward, but actually is not going to be the decision. Honest peeks out from arch side, will collect his first frag of this round. And Calamity, no match for the M4 that Dirk brings to the table. So now Secret Agent and B1 have to unite and try to find what would feel like commiseration frags.
Iteration frags indeed. But it's a little bit of a confidence builder for Regain. Should be able to find themselves on 4 here. And after this round, Club Triple Three, they're going to be able to fully invest into this. So if Regain can at least force them off another buy round, could be very beneficial for them.
Yeah,
I
and
do see
when it
the
comes
rifles all
to
across the board.
Regain, I feel like they've been in this position before. I mean, when they were playing against Lag, I believe the halftime score was 9-3, no, 8-4, and Regain were able to scrape their way back to a 10-round albeit loss. But there's also times where they found themselves against teams like Marsborn, who have just absolutely ran them over, where in the first half, Regain has only found one round, and in the second, they've only found one as well. So whether or not we're going to see closer to the latter or the first, I think becomes the next question. However, I'm still convinced that Club Triple Three are going to be firing off on all cylinders. It feels like the CT game plan of Regain is starting to unfold exactly how they're planning, but it's just a matter of the risk management that they're taking.
Well, once again, Club Triple Three wanting to put the test towards this A bomb site, get this brackets control, excuse me, early on. Okay, Sasha dodging death for the moment. But it's great wanting to get the action started. Able to find a nice flash kill on towards Calamity and able to retreat as well. Isn't able to upgrade to the rifle, but he should. As the rotations have actually gone into the favor of Club Triple Three, as it's only going to be Zukar at the back of this B bomb site. He does have the quick rotations in Honest towards Archway. Won't be in enough time. Zukar doesn't necessarily need to take the fight here. He can just retreat if he wants to. But through the smoke goes one, and it's going to be a CT shutdown. Club Triple Three go out with a whimper in this round.
Yeah, and some of the game plan, I feel like, at least in terms of Club Triple Three, is looking a little bit weaker than it did for Regain's T side. However, the protocols for Regain on the T side, I feel like, weren't all that there. Club Triple Three, however, not even able to start unfolding their game plan. The utility is being dispensed, but outside of that, there's not really much that Club Triple Three are able to do. I mean, B1 was able to make it out towards Grill, immediately shut down by Zukar, but with Honest firing on all cylinders, as you would expect. Again, find more and more success than they can ask for. It's Cobra, fast tech 9 play into apartment, but has actually caught a little bit of a timing. Is going to force a fast rotation. Grape has a Molotov in hand, but Cobra is just going to be dissuaded from the angle. It's Calamity, the signature weapon of choice. That MAC-10 in hand, but how much damage will it be able to do?
Well, once again, while Club Triple Three are in the driver's seat, it seems Regainer wrestling for control. Flashbang out. Space is not too good for the moment being, but B1 decides to back off. Just fade out any sort of utility left on that B side of the map, and really it is just that smoke on Sasha. It might just be enough to hold back these pistols. And here they come, the high-low positioning in towards CT as the smoke finally gets deployed. Cobra's able to find that opening kill though, but Cobra with another one. Oh, he doesn't need an AWP to find these kills. All he can do is frag. As Calamity on that alert position with the back 10, able to get the one and done on towards Honest as well. But Dirk looks to try and save the day. Bring it back to a doable position here. 2 versus 3. But with the bomb down, and they know Calamity's still lurking around in the back lines. They've got to try and save this though. Grape's able to find one with that kill on Calamity. That will force the retreat from Cobra. He's going to try and give this a go. He's still got a little bit of time left in his favor, but a flashbang is only to his name. He's got to clear these angles very quickly. He takes the gamble, but Cobra with the heroic quad give themselves not point and try to put down Regain. Oh, Lord. The BM from Cobra, you love to see it.
Yeah, I'm putting some extra bullets into the body of the goat, but whether or not that will be what gives them this win here tonight, still undecided. I mean, an absolutely outstanding play with the Tech 9 from Cobra, and gets to carry it over into this round as well while he has the AWP, so a lovely sight if you're an opper. Now, Regain, on the other hand, have heavily bolstered down this B bomb side. I feel like they're going to put a lot more emphasis on actually not having to play retake towards B, as opposed to how Club Triple Three were approaching it. Counter flash over the top. Oh, and Cobra almost finds a double. Zukar dropped to 19 HP off of the back of one AWP bullet. But Zukar, still being offered up on the dinner plate, will have to try and dispense this retake utility, albeit no firepower behind it. B1 able to find a spot early towards Coffins, but Club Triple Three just going to back away slowly.
Back away slowly indeed. 4-on-4 still. Mauer wants to try and get as much information as humanly possible out towards brackets, but Dirk is going to be holding this angle from Archway. He does have Grape in close lane. They will be moving the bomb and Secret Agent over here, though. Smoking off Archway, putting Grape on a bit of an isolation angle. Oh, the swing out is good, but it's even better for Grape. Finds the double. But Calamity, out of apartments, forces the retreat. Has to smoke to deny visual over towards Moto. So 2 versus 3, B1 and Calamity versus the world, it seems. Able to go down safely as well. And look at this. All 3 remaining members of Regain group up, wrapping away towards Arch, looking to make their stand. The round looks to unravel here for the side of Club Triple 3. It's going to be B1 and a 1 versus 3. He clutched a huge 1v2 earlier, but he's not able to do it this time. Looked for a moment like it was possible, but the defuse comes through, and Zukar and Regain save themselves.
I had seen the clip. I had seen the clip in my head. Definitely was
Exactly.
earlier in this match. But Regain do live to see another day. 6 rounds onto the scoreboard. Club Triple 3. Not enough money to go investing fully. Actually, never mind now that I'm looking at it. I mean, Cobra can be dropped the op. Calamity, of course, going to pick up the Mac 10 when the finances are dire. And Secret Agent and B1 will be able to purchase through and through. And Calamity actually opts for the Galil. So that leads me to believe that they're going to play a little bit more of a passive style of Counter-Strike in this round. But whether or not that's the case, I think, is still undecided from Club Triple 3. Cobra getting very up close and personal towards brackets. Has to battle through the AWP that waits towards Arches, that being Dirk. Morrow here to offer support from Boiler. Dirk still playing Overwatch.
Not a fan of that game.
No?
Not at all. I like the real games. Like Hello Kitty Island Adventure. As Cobra, once again, not leaving Dirk anywhere to run as the op keeps chewing through Regain. He's now up to 23. Advantage now on the side of Club Triple 3. As they've got to go aggressive here to try and retake this control of brackets. Try and get the man advantage back into their favor, but Cobra once again taking a huge chomp. Honest finally removes him and puts him to his knees. It's still a man advantage on the side of Club Triple 3, and they put the pressure on Honest now. He's left alone, but here comes Sasha through the smoke to save the day. A Secret Agent and B1 left with their own devices, having to try and recover. Zukar's just now getting into the action through Archway. And here they come. Flashbang down. B1 able to find 1. But Sasha able to save the day for the time being. Secret Agent. 1 versus 2. Got 25 seconds. He can make the run back towards B. But instead, it looks like he's going to opt to try and save that AWP.
Yeah, like you mentioned, there is a world where he was able to win the foot race back to the B bomb site because both Regain players are very burrowed into A. But the AWP going to be the prized possession, especially when Cobra is firing on all cylinders. I mean, beating Dirk in that op duel back towards Arch side feels absolutely amazing. But another round goes the way of Regain. And I talked about how in their matchup against Lag, they had a very underwhelming first half, but the second started to really come to form. And I feel like that same kind of thing is happening here, but it's only one mistake required from Regain to really push Club Triple 3 over the edge. And so I think it's about playing that disciplined style of Counter-Strike, making sure that the leash is on, if you will. With the Molotovs burning away anyone close by towards half wall. Sasha immediate with the boost over the top. Not going to spot anything. The HE grenade misses its mark as well, but Cobra's going charging through as they battle op in play, but he's shut down by Sasha. Zukar's position revealed as well, but Sasha doubles up. So no sweat on the brow whatsoever if you're Regain.
Yeah, I mean, Regain is now finding their form when it matters most. Closing the distance to 5 rounds now. Looking to make it possibly 4. As Club Triple 3, they still have yet to find an answer on this T side. Secret Agent once again having to decipher what to do. 1 versus 4. Sasha's low HP, but he's certainly out of the equation for the moment. as he will back off in retreat.
Yeah, and Club Triple Three, I think, are too reliant on giving up the banana control and just opting for the immediate brackets aggression. It feels like if they were to just wait for the utility and try and counter aggress, not with Cobra's op, then they might find success. But at the same time, you also have to wonder what would happen if they just go barreling through that bottom banana smoke that's been a standard for Regain. Secret Agent actually only has to hit one bullet onto Sasha's op if he wants an opportunity at this B bomb site, but we'll actually just put the parking brake on instead. Looking to recover the AK-47 and what utility he has left going into round 21. As that time expires, you can also see that Grape is going hunting through Banana, but more so to just find an AK and will not be able to do so. It's Regain, slowly climbing their way back into this one. Overtime is required, though, if they want to see themselves victorious here and now. Plenty of money for them to work with. But like I said, it doesn't necessarily matter because if one round is lost, then that's Club Triple Three walking away with a win. It's going to be Club Triple Three actually taking a tack timeout and maybe trying to discuss some of their options because, like you had even mentioned, it feels like Club Triple Three have ran out of the clovers, used up all their luck on that CT side. So, going to take a stroke of skill to find a round this late into this game.
Especially over the fact that we are now waiting for that final, well, not final time, but one of their potential last timeouts here. Got one left after this if they do need it. Keep in mind, I mean, there was a time in this game where Honest was only with 2 frags deep. Now up to 10. And really, the whole squad of Regain have started to find themselves on this CT side. And, I mean, Club Triple Three, they've got at least one dominant round, but, I mean, this is 11-1 scoreline. There's really not much for Regain to work with on the CT side, but they are somehow doing it and making the impossible look possible. Heading towards this B site once again. Looks like they want to just do a standard default. The smoke will deny vision.
Yeah, but they started this exactly how I wanted to see them start it, is take a chokehold, essentially, of Banana and Car and try to play that push and pull that Inferno is known for in an opposite matter as to what they've been doing. Gobert trying to peer behind the smoke, might be able to catch Dirk off guard, but isn't going to show too much skin looking for the walk through the smoke, but will be executed at the hands of both Grape and Honest. Honest turns his back towards Long Hall, but that just leaves the door open to this B bomb site. Sasha tucked behind the coffin will not be spotted. Actually is. It's the tip of the head that exposes him. And Zukar now put on notice, but look at the rotations that Regain have going on. It's Dirk fast rotating back towards this B bomb site, where Zukar is still undecided as to whether or not Club Triple Three want to hit the bomb site. And it feels like Club Triple Three are feeling that same way.
Yeah, 30 seconds remaining now. Smoke is plumed, but they could potentially work through this. Zukar has no more utility to work with, neither does Dirk. As I said, he does have a flashbang, but he's actually going to rotate back over towards A. Oh, this is a huge misplay off the side of Regain. 20 seconds remaining. Club Triple Three, they're really going to try and bring this down to the wire. They've got to go right here, right now. 14 seconds remaining. Swingtown is good for one. Zukar, 10 seconds remaining. He's just got to stay alive here as long as possible. The Secret Agent, why are you trying to go for the bomb there? Oh, that was a bit of a misplay to find, but just in the nick of time, they will get the bomb down. There's another 2v3 here for Club Triple Three. But this time, Calamity is low HP. It's going to be up to the hero in Morrow. Hold this. Smoke out towards CT. Big swing here for Calamity is costed. Morrow 1 versus 3. Oh, able to miss one. Almost finds the second one, though, but another round goes the way of Regain. And I don't know, but like, I feel like that should have been done right then and there.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It should have been a done and dusted round in favor of Regain. I mean, the fact that the bomb is attempted to be planted, I mean, it goes to show the amount of pressure that Club Triple Three is feeling, not just in that specific round due to the timer, but more so, I think, in the match in general, because they're getting a little bit antsy. Now, the patient play was paying off as we went later into round 21, but still, you could see the panic that was starting to grow on these players as That timer slowly whittled down. Round 22, though, a full investment, so maybe Club Triple Three look to reenact the same exact play that they just did, this time with rifles and better supporting utility, because the utility that they had going into that one, into the later stages, was a little bit few and far between, but Cobra, looking to take things into his own hand, has found space back towards brackets, but is completely shut down at the hands of Honest.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought for a moment if he got that kill, that would have been absolutely ludicrous. Graves able to hold for the moment towards Pit. Club Triple Three with sweat on their brow, starting to lose control of Inferno. Regain looking to make the biggest comeback I think we've seen this ESEA season, possibly all year so far. Secret Agent chimes in for one on the AWP. And I feel like I've said this a lot, Blake, but another 2v3.
Yeah, usually coming down to Morrow and Calamity. But in this specific situation, it's going to be Secret Agent. B1. Dirk posted with the op towards long haul, so as soon as B1 makes an exit, the alarm bell will be sounded. Drake also playing towards Pit has been revealed, and maybe, just maybe, is going to be enough of a distraction for Dirk to collect a free kill. A cheat grenade into Pit actually flushes Grape out, but it's right where he wants to be. Rips the head off, and Dirk able to recollect back towards lane. It's a 2-round game now. What once was a Club Triple Three dominant win has slowly been falling through their fingertips. And Zeph, the money isn't getting any better. They have max loss bonus to work with, but still, it's not feeling good, and you have to imagine what Club Triple Three must be feeling in this moment. Whether it's stress, whether it's a little bit of anxiety knowing that Regain have finally caught back up, but Regain still have work to do. They need 2 more rounds to take us into overtime, unless their dreams are to be wiped away by Club Triple Three.
There's that final timeout being burned as well. I mean, you can only imagine what is going on in the team comms right now for Club Triple Three. 11-1 was the scoreline. 11-1. All they needed was 2 rounds. And they've only found 1 in this entirety of this T side. Now it does seem that, yeah, look at that. I mean, that is, oh, you don't see that every day. You really don't. Over 95% of the rounds played on this very map have been all CT-sided wins. And it's not even like they're coming down to, like, clutches, it seems, really. It's just really a dominant performance on the CT side from Regain.
Yeah, and it's a familiar sight to see if you've watched Regain quite a bit, but I still think it's a nerve-wracking one at that. Grape early onto the balcony. Dirk taking his post once again back towards large side. Look at how Regain are postured early on. Already sending Sasha back to this a bomb site, but the utility from Regain is already looking to be spread thin. Secret Agent offering up what I believe is going to be an arch smoke. Actually, never mind. That lands back towards porch. So maybe even a wrap play being thought about, but...
Oh, wait, I think it was on purpose, actually. That smoke's off the balcony.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, I'll go save that in my pocket, but it's gonna come down to this. They're gonna have to try and trifle with Dirk on the AWP. They've got Sasha over at the back of Archway. And they're not being quiet about this either. Towards the balcony, and here they come. A rare miss from Dirk. Tomorrow's going to be able to find the opener, but here comes the Mac 10s. Honest, the 3! Oh my goodness, it's up to Cobra. The man has been leading the charge for Club Triple Three in a 1 versus 3. He's been able to pick up the AK, but runs out of ammunition.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, Honest. The time needed to stand up was right here and right now, as we have gone a full 24.
Wow, a wrangling of the spray and a puff of the chest, if you're honest. An absolutely clinical hat trick for him. And wow. I mean, that just has to go to show the confidence that Regain have been able to come back into this one with. But going forward, there's 1 round is going to be the decider. Whether or not regulation is enough for both of these teams, or if we're going to need even more. Honest can't get too ahead of himself. He had an amazing round, but still has to play that disciplined style of Counter-Strike we know him for. And Zukar, early through Banana, shuts down the first. There's still a repeat coming in. Zukar good for 2, and Secret Agent is essentially stuck into the broom. So, with an additional bottom Banana smoke and Dirk adding 1 to the tally, it is again a 2vx situation.
Yeah, I mean, they've clawed themselves all the way back. 11-1 to overtime. They still got 2 players to trifle with as Calamity's been able to find 3. Giving Secret Agent the alley-oop, possibly, but he's going to run right into the open as Regain have done it. 11 rounds to find to take themselves into overtime, as there has not been a single answer for Club 333 on this T side.
Not a single answer for Club 333, but also not to mention, not an answer for Regain on the T side either. So let's not forget about that, because there's only been 2 T side rounds won in this match up to now. So I'm interested to see how these next few rounds go. We're getting a little bit of a tech pause, and apparently Honest's PC froze, so we might be here for a little bit. Now, Zeph, like I was saying, 2 T-sided rounds amongst both of these teams. Regain find themselves on the CT side initially, but do you think that any of this CT-sided momentum will carry over into the T side? And if it does, you have to imagine the same is going to apply for Club 333 as well, no?
I mean, it comes down to the psychological factor here where, I mean, if you're Regain, you know, you've come back, you've won 11 rounds somehow, some way, with your backs against the wall to take this to overtime, right? So you're going to have plenty of momentum moving into overtime. Meanwhile, Club 333, I mean, if we can hit tab really quick, I just want to see, when was the last round they actually won? I think it was, okay, it doesn't think we're going to see it. I think it was maybe like 5 rounds into the half. So then there was 7 rounds in a row then for Regain. 7 rounds at least, give or take here for him. So I think if anything, this is still a slim possibility of saying it is anybody's game. I'll actually go far as to say I think this is Regain's in the driver's seat now, and very comfortably.
And so with overtime getting started, you have to imagine that the CT side, or getting that CT side start, is going to be very beneficial. Already, though, Secret Agent looking to take the op way up to close and personal into Banana, but so are Club 333. They're looking to fight fire with fire, and B1, B1's going to be burnt at the stake as well. It's Sasha to find the first. The exchange towards bracket doesn't go in favor of Club 333, and in the blink of an eye, Zeph, once again into a 2v3.
Yes, indeed. It's Calamity and Cobra, the 2 that have been doing most of the heavy lifting here for Club 333. Looking to make their stand. And how poetic would it be that if they were to finally win this round, the round that they were looking for all this time, comes into overtime. It all's gone quiet across the map. Calamity has been able to find some movement over towards A, but the rotations are all over towards B. Cobra is trying to do the bait and switch, and I don't think it's going to work out too well.
Yeah, maybe not. Honest still playing hall monitor back into library. PK shot rings out. Bomb not known to be on the back of Cobra. But maybe a potential sound bait as he starts to run away. Calamity, after being a little bit paranoid of all angles, and still is a little bit paranoid, is slowly creeping up towards Moto. He has to clear the proper angle, though, and as he clears out Arch side, Honest is going to go unchecked. He's going to hear the pull of that pin on the grenade, but Honest is going to be the first on the scene, looking for the player in the cubby, but will not spot it. It's Dirk next on the arrival. Cobra's looking for this fight towards brackets, but all of Regain seem to be posturing around this Moto smoke, and Cobra and Calamity are both worried about the wrong angles. Sasha now to join forces with his teammates, but flashes over the top. Dirk tagged down to 58 HP, but Calamity dancing with the devil in pit, but is looking for the wide swing, and it might do him justice because Sasha up close and personal will falter, and Calamity finds 2. Cobra on the backstab to the op of Dirk, and as you mentioned, a poetic ending to round 25.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Club Triple Three, obviously you're very happy with that. But that thought's gonna linger in the back of your mind. Where the hell was this round all the way back in regulation? But either way, they have reclaimed the lead for the time being. But given how Regain have played their CT side so far, I don't think they're gonna give this up without a fight.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But the one thing that I'm kind of questioning is whether or not Regain are going to continue to play this style of Counter-Strike that they've been playing, because it's found success, but right when they needed it most, it came in and absolutely failed them. Honest, aggressive into apartments, Cobra shutting down Sasha through the smoke, and so Honest is forced back towards Brackets to try and mount some sort of defense. Dirk is going to try and bolster down this B-bomb site, but he has an op, and it's not the weapon of choice. And with Zukar being dropped down to 20 HP, this does not look to bode well if you're Regain.
They're gonna go through this smoke. Regain pays off well in dividends, as that's the man brought down of Calamity. Brings it back into an even 4-on-4, but Cobra wants to hit the gas pedal over towards Archway, able to actually get on through. Zukars has his low HP. Cobra's not going to stop, though. He's moving themselves all the way over towards that B site, but Dirk is in position, and he is trained on the Cobra. And this A site is an absolute rock-solid defense. Every which way you try, Club Triple Three have not been able to break through, but now they might, as the eggshells have started to crack. Honest around the back lines, is able to deny the bomb plant and just hide himself in apartments. Allow for Dirk to get into this rotation. Oh, we'll get the chance to plant the bomb. That's the smoke as well to deny Moto, but both these remaining players, and Dirk and Honest, are going to be moving in from lane. But Maro's not going to expect this. He's going to be so zoned in, allowing them to get up close and personal, only able to find the one as Honest will break it even and find themselves 13.
Yeah, this next round is going to be very crucial for the likes of Regain, because we talked about it in each half of play. There's only been one T-sided round, and if Club Triple Three is the first to break that dry spell, then they might find success sooner rather than later. Tied up at 13 all, Cobra back with the AWP, and Dirk as well, rebuying it right back into his fingertips. Now, Club Triple Three, it feels like they've been a little bit reliant on this push and pull of Inferno rather than the just flat-out mechanics. But even when necessary, they have been able to pull through. Early flashbangs over the top of half wall. Zukar drops that defensive molly to force the brakes to be pumped. But Cobra just blind firing that op through the half wall, not going to connect the dots. Regain with a little bit of a weakened A bomb site early on, but you can also see they're going for the 3-man re-clear, and this might work just in their favor. Sasha with a nade in hand is going to spot B1 and can't find the frag instead. The B bomb site cracked wide open for Club Triple Three, and they're staring down the barrel of 14.
Oh yeah, this is what you like to see on the side of Club Triple Three. A round that should certainly go into their favor, but it's Dirk and Grape left to the devices to clutch out this round in a 2 versus 5. They've got a little bit of utility to work with, but a deep smoke and deep positioning from B1 in this CT spawn will make it oh so difficult for them to find, and it's a flawless round from the Triple Three squad as they move back over to their dominant CT side, which, I mean, again, we got to go all the way back to that first half. That was 11-1 for them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 11-1, Regain not having any answer to the rock-solid defense and even the retakes that Club Triple Three were playing with. So I think that, if anything, Club Triple Three are going to go back to what worked for them in that first half, is being comfortable in leaving the B-bomb site weakened and just trying to really heavily fortify the A site, because whether it's Calamity and Morrow, whether it's Cobra joining the likes of that retake, they have felt relatively sound. Now, Club Triple Three can't give up too many early advantages, but still only need 2 to find themselves victorious here. Regain didn't have a great T-side, and I say didn't have a great, but had a horrible T-side is what it felt like. And Club Triple Three are going to be the first to break that curse.
Yeah. And I know horrible is kind of a word that is really only saved for when things are pretty bad. I think Regain would 100% agree with us too in saying that T-side was horrible. There was a lot of spacing issues, a lot of miscommunication from what we could see just viewing the game from an outsider's POV. And I mean, it seemed to all come together when it mattered most on that CT side to really kind of bring it to overtime. They're able to find one as well, but they're once again onto the back foot and onto this weakest side. Again, they were only able to find one round that entire first half. And I mean, the rest of them were all convincing wins. And with Cobra firing it off on all cylinders once again, I mean, you got to have that thought in the back of your mind, like, what can we do here? It's another man disadvantage. We got to head towards B. But at this point, you've tried hitting towards B every single time. It just hasn't worked.
And they haven't drawn any rotations just yet. Smoke towards CT, Molotov towards first oranges, and off the back of the smoke break, they're going to get going.
Oh. B1 able to find one, but Zukar with a quick double in retaliation. Calamity will at least bring it back. But it's still a man advantage for Club 333. Great this low HP. It's going to be up to the heavy hitter, Dirk, but he's instantly removed into the hands of Cobra. Once again, Dirk almost makes it look possible, but it's going to be another map point here for Club 333. We're not able to close the first time around, but maybe they've been able to recover as Cobra has hit that 30 bomb.
Cobra on 30, regain backs against the wall once again, but not unfamiliar territory for them. You know, Zeph, their merch line says all good, and I think that going into this, they have to have that exact mentality, is it's a fresh slate. No real doubts moving forward, but still trying to enact your game plan, because as of now, I mean, even in the later stages of that last round, it felt like Regain were trying to play that push and pull that Inferno's known for, with the utility back towards A to try and draw a rotation, but it was not successful. However, Cobra looking for early success down bottom mid.
Good frag to find for Dirk to at least trade back, but B1 steals the kill away. Dirk's low HP as well, 2 HP to his name. And I mean, this might be curtains here for Regain on Inferno in this best of one. They might have failed on their first set of T side originally, but they had an outstanding CT side. B1 almost gives them an opportunity to bring it back, though. It's a 3v3, but the health still favoring the side of Club 333. They've given them this bomb site, and the rotations are already coming in. So as soon as this bomb goes down, should be in a prime position. Secret Agent, don't go through that smoke, my friend. He's actually lost the rifle. He's only onto the USP. Calamity's found Dirk over towards Banana. So things are going to get a little bit dicey here. I'm not really too sure what's happening here, but Secret Agent's going to run right on through. He's hunting for this rifle. What is happening? This is absolutely bizarre. He's going to go down at Sasha, but Calamity's going to be able to find the kill. Honest, last alive, has to make a true and honest day's work. Turn into a daydream, but it's become the nightmare of Club 333 as he somehow saves the day for Regain. And we go the distance once again, the final round of this first overtime.
I'm so bewildered at what I just watched Secret Agent do. I feel like it was understandable to an extent, but to start expending utility to try and find that rifle, at what point do you give up the rifle and say, hey, let me wide swing, let me be the bait so that my teammates can collect the kills? Because that right there is what gave Regain the round. I mean, Honest, don't get me wrong, a hat trick for him, firing on the cylinders that you'd expect, but still, for Secret Agent to throw away his life like that, it just feels utterly disappointing.
Yeah, I don't want to like rag on him, but I mean that is I don't like that at all. That is not a good moment to have. But Zukar gets the double. Cobra's able to hold off for the time being, but it's going to be an acceleration towards this B bomb site as Regain have once again wrangled control of the steering wheel. But Cobra's wanting to go through. His bomb's gonna go down. Waiting for this. Oh, they're gonna be hugging each other. The no-scope connects. But Dirk has to retreat back. It's another 2 versus 3. And of course, it's Morrow and Calamity to try and keep this from going to double OT. But Regain, no matter how many times you put them down, they will not give up. They will not falter. They've got a double man burrowed at the back of the site. Over the molly might force him out into the open. Oh, it's missed. No, it's just missed in the pixel gap. Calamity just barely not able to connect. But the new box kill goes the way of Honest. And oh my goodness, we go again and again and again.
You know, I hate to be the person to nitpick, but the missed op shot is actually what caused the Molotov to miss. I don't know if you caught it, but a little bit of a jump scare, if you will, when when the Molotov was being thrown. But I mean, those are the little mistakes that have dragged us to round 31 of Inferno. I mean, we're seeing Secret Agent with a USP and a defuse kit get flashed into a smoke to try and recover a rifle. And the very next round, a player is getting jump scared by the op and misses what could have been the round winning Molotov.
Yeah.
So it's a tooth and nail battle. We're in round 31, and things don't show any signs of slowing down. But Grape, full pedal to the metal, has 2 players with him and the bomb on the back. Dirk might look for this walkthrough of the smoke, but it might cost him his life.
Yeah, well, there he is. Morrow able to find one of his own as the A site has been holding strong, but now it starts to falter. An advantage on that CT side once again. Zukar and Sasha gonna try and make another miraculous round go their way, but Morrow's quickly coming through the back lines, in through apartments. Sasha's gonna be mollied out of the corner, and it keeps on ticking, not able to make anything happen. Zukar 1 versus 3.
Okay.
Finds the 2, but Secret Agent, this is your chance to redeem yourself, my friend. But it won't happen. Zukar, oh my goodness, it's every single clutch is going the way of Regain right now.
And I'm kind of stumped as to what Club Triple Three could do. Club Triple Three could do better in these situations, right? It feels like they're playing with the coordination that's necessary to. Okay, well, producer exploding. You know what? Unmute your mic. Let's hear. Let's hear. let's hear the. Okay, exploding says the Secret Agent could have more than 9 kills and the game would be over, but I'd beg to differ, and Cobra, a rare miss shot of the op makes things even more uncomfortable because the op is now known, but Grape, nade in hand, gets executed by Calamity. The activation from Morrow out of bedroom, but Dirk swings with a right hook of his own. And this back and forth game, Zeph, is not gonna go anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to make this very clear. The fact that, you know, Club Triple Three has gotten to this point, it is not all on Secret Agent. I want to make that very clear. There has been some micro mistakes all across the board, and it's not even just Club Triple Three. It has also been Regain. Everybody in the server is making mistakes, and that is just Counter-Strike. It's physically impossible to have a picture-perfect game. And right now, it's just a battle of who makes those less mistakes. And right now, for the time being, it's a tied scoreline, 16-16. And he got a kill. He's up to 10. Double digits for Secret Agent. And well, final round of this first half of OT number 2. And I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't have a clue who's going to actually come away with a win here.
It's the game that keeps giving, Zeph. Regain versus Club Triple Three. And once again, Cobra and Dirk, ops in hand. And no clear path to victory for either of them. I mean, like you mentioned, I'm kind of stumped as to who will come out on top. However, Regain to knock down the door of this B bomb site. B1, early hit the floor. Secret Agent still lingers towards pool, slowly corralling his way back, but he is blind as a bat and doesn't fire a single bullet. It's a man advantage for Regain, and the recovery mission now lies on the shoulders of Club Triple Three, unless Regain are looking to find 17.
Yeah, and well, Zukar is doing all the work. On for the ace. And I hate to make this comparison, but like, this is giving me a bit of an NIP Omcall situation. I really hate to put it like that. I love every single player that's in the server. I want to make that very clear. But I think all 10 players will also agree this was most definitely not the cleanest game of Counter-Strike for anybody in the server.
I mean, whether they agree or not, I think is a fact is a fact. You know, we were watching Drifts the
Yeah.
other day, and he said that if everything you say is true, then you are correct. Now, Zeph, I think we might be in that territory because we're now into round 34
Shout out Drifts,
of
man.
Regain versus Club Triple Three. And Regain find themselves on the side that they found success prior, but whether or not they'll be able to pick up where they left off is the next question. It's Regain, a one-round lead, and Club Triple Three looking for victory of their own, but Honest with a peek towards alt mid is completely shut down before he even finds a spot. An immediate
What is-
trade comes from
oh.
Sasha, but Cobra right back with the op. We're 20 seconds into the round, and it's a 3v2 in favor of Club Triple Three. Zeph, I was joking that it's the game that never stops giving, but I'm starting to think that wasn't a joke.
Dude, we're going towards midnight. At this point, honestly, is what it seems. I mean, unless Grape and Dirt can like take a commanding lead here in this round, convert this 2 versus 3. Which, in all fairness, I mean, Grape he might not be at the top of the scoreboard here for Regain. He actually has found some pretty impactful frags, but I jinxed it. I'm so sorry, Grape. 10 HP on the side of B1. And a 1v3 for Dark.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I mean, you lose the round, but why not make it stylish while you're at it? Oh my god, what are we witnessing, man?
I have no idea. I'm a little bit stumped. You know, the only game that I have casted that has given me these same kind of vibes was when me and Exploding did a Metasport game for, I believe it was yeah, it was on Inferno. But what was it for? I want to say it was for the Comic-Con Baltics qualifier for Metasport, right? We were on the Metasport channel, and
Okay.
the map of Inferno lasted
you told me this, yeah.
more rounds and more time in general than the other two maps combined did. So
Oh my god.
I'm hoping we're not gonna have to witness the same kind of thing, but it is very entertaining to get to watch this. Cobra early peek back towards B, but the flashbang isn't going to result anyone showing skin. So an immediate retreat is in order. Club Triple Three looking to reposture around this A bomb site, but it would be in their favor as it feels like it's a little bit of a lesser strength site for Regain, but an interesting boost towards lane leads me to think otherwise.
I mean, eventually, getting so deep onto a second overtime, one could argue the Strapbook's kind of just out the window. Come on. You can't be missing days like that, dude. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. You know, it's 5v5. Still plenty of time to work with. So I've got plenty of utility to work with. And like I was saying, I mean, the Strapbook's kind of out the window here. You're at the final few pages at absolute most. And right now, they're waiting into the open. Honestly, able to find that opener, though. But here comes the A site exec. P1 looking to lead the charge. That charge is starting to falter as Honest once again finds another one, though, but he's finally removed to the hands of Calamity through apartments. Calamity takes the swing out, but Graves still being a nuisance down here over in pit. He's gonna have to get naded out of position. 15 seconds remaining. Club Triple Three, we're really putting this down to the absolute wire. Oh, oh my goodness! How is he making this possible? Time is not on their side, and finally, someone fucking wins the round. Holy hell!
Zeph, you know what I'm taking a look at as well is at a certain point you have to wonder if Club Triple Three just want to let this one go, because they do have a match in 4 minutes time against Sportsbet Experts. So,
oh my god! Okay, wow.
a doubleheader for Club Triple Three, and they are sure as hell getting a warm up that I don't think anyone asked for. And so, potentially the final round of Regain versus Club Triple Three, but I think with how things have been going, this might be over sooner rather than later. It's Dirk posted with the op from Arch side. Cobra aggressive back towards the B site early once again, but Morrow is shut down in his tracks. Man advantage for Regain, and the rest of the clubs They're looking to hit the B bomb site. Now, Dirk already on the rotation. HE grenade nicks the knee of B1, but as Dirk rotates in, it's going to be Sasha to make the exit.
Smoke is deployed. Get this from Calamity. He's threaded the needle. He's found the timing. Sasha's not going to be aware of this. This could potentially be a round winner here. And yeah, Sasha's not going to be able to call this either. He has absolutely no idea. He's flanking through the back lines, and there's still plenty of time. Calamity must be yelling to his teammates, hold on, just wait, give me a second. I'm on the flank of the sentry. But right now, both CT and Coffins are smoked off. 30 seconds remaining. If he can at least take down Zukar. Oh, Zukar's going to be looking back. Hold on. Play the time, play the man, play the moment. Calamity is waiting for the absolute perfect moment! Okay, all right, for a moment it looks sketchy, but Calamity able to find the double! Oh my goodness, I've got the biggest smile on my face after witnessing that. As they will get the bomb down in just in the amount of time necessary. As it's up to a 3v2. Oh no, it all comes crumbling down. Blankert, are we really witnessing this? Are we witnessing a third overtime on this absolutely massacre of the game? But hold on just a moment. Great, 1v2. He knows where one player is in Secret Agent, but he's running out of ammo. Secret Agent closes. It's triple OT. 3 threes in the name, 3 OTs in the game.
You know, chat can't see it. I am head and hands right now. This is a absolute slugfest. You know, I think we expected this coming into the game. I think as we started to watch some of the rounds, we didn't have that same feeling. But now with both teams and their backs against the wall, it is crunch time. And at minimum, or at most, 6 more rounds of Counter-Strike to be played. And like I said, Club 333 pending their match with Sportsbet Expert. Now, in this next one, I'm almost wondering, do Club 333 try to find another threading of the needle, or do they just try and rely on what's worked in the past? But even then, it feels like not much has gone their way. B1 forced out of position early. Flashbang to assist in his exit, but Zukar's caught on the exit as well, and B1 doubles up. Change the name to B2 because, son, you have found 2 kills. It's now a fast foot race back towards the B bomb site where Dirk is the first to arrive, but he's all but too late.
Oh my goodness. It's just these little individual moments that have really pushed Club 333 over the line to bring things back. Oh, but look at this. Grape, he's not going to be aware. Morrow has made himself in underpass, and he's going to be pushing on through, and it's perfect timing as well as both Secret Agent and B1 are low HP. But look at this. Morrow's going to be faking the death cam. That's going to bring over those 2 rotations. This is absolutely perfect. But wait, what is going on? Secret Agent, why are you going back? No! Stop! Stay towards B. You've got the sight. Oh, Dirk, what is happening? What is happening? This is game sense on game sense right now. I think us casters could not possibly understand this. Oh my lord. The round has been put into disarray. As the bomb's being brought over to A, Dirk is here. B1 is completely out of the action for the time being, but he does have a clear path in towards apartments. Dirk heard him pushing up mid. B1 should be able to spot him. There should be no way Dirk finds his kill. Shot to the chest. Oh, he's gonna peek right into it. He's able to find it. Recovers the rifle. Dirk against Secret Agent. And he's found his flank. He's found the timing. It's planted for him in lane as well. Dirk has a defuse kit, but no smoke grenade to deny the vision. He's gonna have to hunt. Secret Agent has to play the time, has to play the man, and has to play the moment. He taps it, has to go for the swing. He's low HP. 1 bullet should do it for Dirk. And he's gonna come through. Secret Agent. He's able to find the round as Club 333 take the lead.
And again and again and again, Club 333 just trying to find their timing across the map. And it's sometimes working out, sometimes not. But, Zeph, you know, you were talking about a few overtimes ago how the strat book has to be nearing its end.
Yeah.
Now, I'm convinced that we're at the point where both teams have kind of taken it and thrown it out the window. Is there ever a point you think that you reach back into the trash can and start reading off of it again because you're so far removed from when you last tried to enact your own game plan?
Well, right now, for Club Triple Three, considering how that second half was on T side, I would say throw that strap look out the window for the moment, because that clearly has not gone your way. For Regain on their T side, I would say the exact same thing. It sounds insane to say it, but whoever just goes 3-0 on their CT side at this point, I think has the best chance of closing. Because when one team takes an inch, the other team takes a mile, and then it just goes back to another mile, and it's just this back and forth affair. Like once one team is able to make the first chess move, there's an instant counter for it. I mean, all the analytics are just kind of out the window for me here. I'm really just in shock and awe that we've gotten ourselves to this point.
Yeah, and call me crazy. I feel like this tech pause is to call a match admin to the other match room for Club Triple Three to ex- okay, so Cobra is the one who called the tech. So the tech pause is in favor of Club Triple Three. Like I said, I have a strong feeling that Club Triple Three are currently in the match room of their game versus Sportsbet Expert, telling them that they are in a lengthy game of
Fight
Counter
for their
Strike, to
life,
say the least.
dude. A side note, right? Just a side note here. Okay, really quickly before I say what I wanted to say. Uh, Shout out producer Exploding. He's showing us the chat right now. Cobra has called the tech pause, and then One Dirk, realizing that Club Triple Three has a match right now, says, "You guys should ban Dust too, Loki."
I'm interested. I'm
Yeah.
looking at the match page right now. It says the
Okay.
server is Dallas. The map is not there. They're doing the substitutions, I guess, is
Yeah.
what the stage of the lobby is considered. But
But yeah, really,
yeah,
really
I don't know.
quickly as well. I mean, this was 11 and 1. 11 and 1. And it's 1918. Like, oh my god. I just I like I said, I am all the analysis is out the window here. I mean, sure, right now Club Triple Three have the lead, but oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Sorry. If Club Triple Three, they're up 11-1, you go to triple overtime, you lose this game, and then now you have to go play another best of one against Sports Bet Expert, who is one of the best teams in advance. Yeah, I would. My mental would kind of be cooked at that point.
I mean, that I think is true if Club Triple Three. I'm not sure if you touched on this, but if Club Triple Three don't come out victorious here, I definitely think that that is the case. I think, however, if they do find victory here in this match, I think it would be a second win for them, as it's a level of confidence that you're able to have the mental resilience, and at a certain point, you have to kind of pat yourself on the back for being able to play this grueling of a game and still find victory. But it has been a game of not how hard either team can hit, but how hard they can get back up. Secret Agent, first kill, Honest, trading right back. And that banana exchange shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon early, but Dirk strikes from the A-bomb site, and Grape is the only one here to offer assistance. Dirk, another kill onto Calamity. Morrow swings wide, able to convert one. Knows Dirk is close by, but in exchange of HE grenades, finds Morrow down to 40 HP before he is put to rest by Honest. It's Secret Agent in the 1v3. And now, Zeph, now surely Regain find another round, but Secret Agent needs 4 kills to pull off this clutch.
There's a reason why they call him James Bond. He's going to meticulously pick apart this 1v2 now. He does have the bomb. Now he's got to wriggle his way on through. Both Sasha and Dirk have grouped up towards lane, looking to take this fight. Secret Agent, I don't think he's going to be aware of this, but oh my goodness. This timing could be perfect if he makes his way in towards apartments, as these both players will clear it fully. Secret Agent really whittling down time here, clearing every single angle. I actually have to respect this, in all honesty. But now as they fully clear this site, they realize that he certainly has to go B. And he's got to get a move on, as they're going to catch up to him and not give him any time to plant this bomb. And they're hot on his heels. Yeah, he's got to get it down right here, right now. It just barely gets it down with 2 seconds left on the clock. And a reload, but all this sound being made as the Swain's out, and yeah, Dirk's able to find it. It was a good go of things, but it just won't happen for him. Once again, 19 and 19 apiece.
I don't know what to say. I mean, Dirk and Sasha, the re-clear towards brackets and into apartments felt like the right move. And the kind of paranoia that Secret Agent was dealing with was not knowing what was in front of him on the B-bomb site, because you have to make an assumption with how Regain have been playing their CT size that they're going to go for the one-for-one gamble. But for once, Regain decided to double up and play that buddy system, but I think it's more so the circumstances that brought that about rather than the keen decision. So, in this one, it'll be another back-and-forth affair. The banana exchange not so committed to from Regain, but B1 still trying to apply pressure to at least stop the bleeding for now. Going to be an immediate pivot back towards brackets, and that is where a majority of the clubs lie. However, Cobra, aggressive again towards the B-bomb site. Smoke to block the vision, and a little bit lackluster of a KZ player, but still not necessary when you're firing the op shots, and currently 37 and 24, not to mention.
Well, at that part of the evening where everybody's hitting the 30 bomb. This is actually at least half the server at this point. Yeah, Dirk, Zukar, Honest, Cobra, Calamity, Maro. Yeah, everyone's pretty much hit it at this point for a good part. It's all gone quiet. And while the one thing about Counter-Strike, it might not be a physical game, like, per se, in terms of, like, normal sports, it's definitely puts a mental toll on you, that's for sure. And a game like this, I can only imagine the turmoil either side is going through. Themselves to this point to finally see if they can put themselves ahead of their opponent. And right now, that's a good start to find as the kills go each way. It's still a 3v3, turn into a 3v2 as Dirk finally gets removed underneath the balcony position. But it's Maro, 1v2, finally connects. Oh, he almost runs out of ammo, but Sasha able to close. There we go, 20 on the board for Regain as they've given themselves one more shot to try and take this map with the lead.
Yeah, but Zeph, knowing how this game has been going, it's about to be 20-all, and then we're going to be nail-biting our way to see if we go to another overtime, or if either of these teams will walk away with an addition. But another tech pause comes in. I'm taking a look at the match page. This is for Regain now.
Oh. Oh, dear
So,
God.
another thing that I'll also mention, which I think this is hilarious, mind you, the Connect timer has now been prompted on the Sportsbet Expert versus Club 333 match page.
Oof.
And guess what map it is, Zeph?
Inferno?
There you go, right
Oh
on
my
the head.
God.
So, Sportsbet
Oh.
Expert may be trying to take Club 333 right back to where they are pretty much warmed up on, but they just have to get through this one first. And I mean, like you said, it's going to be a mentally taxing one for Club 333. However, if they're able to find victory here, then it would be a breath of fresh air. Now, Regain have fought tooth and nail down from 11 to 1, only making one mistake all the way back into overtime, and it has been an exchange of punches ever since. Tech pause still lingering on. And Zeph, I mean, I don't even know what to think at this point. Like you said, I'm confused as to who will actually walk away with this one. You have to imagine that some of the experience that Club 333 have in their entire tenures of Counter-Strike is starting to come into play, but Regain's T-side has felt a little bit flat in these past few overtimes, whereas Club 333, it feels like, are constantly trying to innovate, whether it's with the timings through Arch side, whether it's taking these late site takes. And so I almost wonder if this might be the last that we see.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Again, I mean, it really kind of comes down here to a multitude of factors, more importantly of which being the fact that Club Triple Three, I mean, they've got another game going live right now. And I mean, every win is important. And yeah, Dirk's going to actually disconnect from the server. That gets a little bit more concerning. Um,
Yeah,
okay.
so good point
I'm going
from
to text
Exploding.
Casey and apologize.
You know what's funny is I already messaged him. Yep. That is so for context to chat because you can't hear what Exploding is saying. Exploding has said that he's been in contact with Bonamont, who is going to be covering Club Triple Three versus Sportsbet Expert, and informed our good friend Bonamont that they're in a triple OT game right now. So who knows? I'm actually very curious to see whether or not we're going to get a match admin in the Sportsbet Expert versus Club Triple Three game to extend the time. But at the same time, you have to wonder, does Sportsbet Expert even allow it, or do they take the forfeit win? Now, that has to be a thought that Club Triple Three have to have on the back burner, and they have to focus on what's at hand right now, Zeph, because if they start letting their mind wander, then their record starts to be a little bit tarnished, because this is a match now that, because of how far into these overtimes we are, is going to feel disgraceful regardless of who it is. Now, I see a lot of people just joining in the chat. To put it into context,
I mean,
at the end of the first half, we were 1-11 in favor of Club Triple Three. Regain climbed all the way back to bring us into overtime, and we are now 3 overtimes deep, but we are back into the action, Zeph.
Yes, we are. And
Okay, Regain versus Chicken Coop has also been pushed. So I guess both of these teams had double headers.
wow, that is a rare sight. I mean, you see it once in a while happen, but both these teams, it seems like, don't want to go into their second match. And I mean, yeah, I mean, like Blake was saying, this was 1-11 in favor of Club Triple Three, looking to make quick work of Regain. But I mean, it's been a back and forth affair as we're now into triple OT, possibly vying for a fourth. We'll have to wait and see. As right now, Regain are going to walk into this 3-man stack towards B. Smoke will deny Secret Agent vision on the boost of CT for the moment. Flashbang rings out. And here they come, slowly creeping their way on through. Focus on the back of the bomb site. He has been the one stable factor here for Club Triple Three. Zuko's going to sit in this molly. It didn't burn, but B1's going to be able to find it, though. A flash crate will be able to finally take down B1, but there's Cobra in the back of the spike. Striking once, looking to strike twice, and he will, as he finds a second. But here comes Secret Agent through the smoke. It's now a 1v2. Honest once again. He had a huge clutch 1v2 earlier on in this very map, in this very game. But time is not on his side. He thinks he's confident. And they push right on through as we're tied once again. 20/20 vision. But right now, it feels like we can't get enough of Inferno.
Yeah, and we have hit the 2020 scoreline. Bonamont has also chimed in with a gifted sub to My Priest is Very Hung. And yeah, I mean, that just completely threw off my thought process. I don't know. My brain's kind of fried from this game, Zeph. We talked about how it was giving us NIP versus Amcall vibes, but the more I start to think about it, the more that reality becomes true, and whether or not it's reality or a nightmare, I think, is up to the decision of the players. Like we said, pretty much the rest of tonight's ESEA games are awaiting the conclusion of this map, but we have 2 more rounds to go to see if either team will walk away victorious. And Club Triple Three have the double fangs of Cobra, and he is not going to get an answer in this round. It's going to be Honest to shut him down. Calamity, good for 2, looking for the reposition towards the van, but not finding it just yet. It's still Maro striking from Moto, but Sasha is put on the back burner for the moment's notice. A Molotov to try and flush anyone backside out, but it's not going to have an effect. Calamity from Underbound still pending activation, but the flashbang pushes him forward. Zukar executes Calamity. Morrow strikes back on top of the boxes, and Secret Agent puts the cherry on top of a 21st for Club 333.
We had all the rounds in regulation, all the rounds in overtime 1 and 2, and we get it once again in OT number 3. Can Club 333 finally close out the game? Can we finally declare a winner? Or does Regain have one more trick up their sleeve? As we now get a double disconnect.
Triple.
Hello? Are we? Is this a fever dream? What is happening? Morrow looking dazed and confused right now, probably wondering what the hell happened to his team.
I'm also gonna mention that. Okay, wait.
My team is so dumb.
Yeah, and I'll also mention that on that match page that we were talking about earlier, Sportsbet Expert versus Club 333. Sportsbet Expert has currently taken the forfeit win. I don't think that match page will be refreshed. However, I am interested in taking a look at Regain versus Chicken Coop, which has actually been pushed back to 12 minutes time. Now, whether or not that's going to be...
I don't know if that's enough time, Blake.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if that's going to be enough time, but hopefully by then we will have a victor decided. But Zeph, we've seen plenty of caster curses in this game so far, and I might have just done it again. It is the final round of our third overtime, and we'll have to see if this game keeps on giving, because it's done just that up to now. Cobra, aggressive peek into alt mid, not going to spot anything. As all of Regain are corralled towards bottom banana, they're looking to just go spearheading this bomb site.
Part of me has to wonder, though, now, if that game against SBE, SBE doesn't want to replay that. I mean, then they're well within the right to, of course. Yeah. Now I think this means just so much more towards Club 333 that they want to win this game. They want this. Going through all these grueling rounds of Counter-Strike, 41 in total. Just to not give this up. They've put themselves one step closer as the hop of Cobra climbs up to 41 kills. As they now have to reposition towards A. But Calamity has once again burrowed himself in towards Long Haul. Morrow is down towards Pit. Gonna smoke out towards Moto. There's gonna be nobody towards Arch either to help with this retake scenario for the moment. Actually, both players are gonna be down here. All couple pulls him out into the open. Honest is gonna get tagged down, but the kill's not gonna be finished. Calamity between a rock and a hard place. He's finally gonna go down though. He's gonna be able to make a huge play. But Morrow's still alive and kicking every back to this pit area. 2 kills left to his name. Finally removes him, and the bomb is going to go down. It's a 2 versus 3 here for Soft and Great to try and save the day, to try and keep Inferno going. It's been 90 minutes strong, almost 100 at this point. 42 rounds of Counter-Strike played. It was an 11-1 score line for Club 333 as Regain have climbed themselves all the way back just to finally falter at the finish line as B1 will close. Club 333, after all that, will finally close Inferno with a 22-20 scoreline.
Zeph, probably the longest game of Counter-Strike in ESEA Season 58 Advanced. And you talked about how this game might mean that much more for Club 333, considering that Sportsbet Expert more than likely would not want to offer up the replay of the match room. And let's talk about that. In the pre-show, we talked about how Club 333 had one more loss they could really work with before being on the borderline edge of being knocked out of playoff contention. But this victory has saved them, because bearing the fact that Sportsbet Expert, like you said, it's well within their right to not want to play that match after they were late to the party, for lack of better words. Club 333 have just narrowly survived in their playoff run to ESEA Season 58 Advanced. But Regain, unfortunately, should have their playoff contention completely null and void here and there. And so with that, Zeph, like I said, probably the longest game of Counter-Strike we will see in Season 58.